Hello from the other side, friends, and welcome. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Jekyll, or I go by Jekyll, or you can just call me Charlie if you please. If Jekyll isn't good enough for you, just choose Charlie, and welcome to the Season 1, the first inaugural WrestleLocke. What is a WrestleLocke, you may ask? Well, let me explain. A WrestleLocke is something that I've come up with in honor of it being a new season, in air quotes. Alright, you can't see I'm doing air quotes, but I'm doing air quotes. Of the new season that is here of wrestling, because WrestleMania was yesterday, WrestleMania 35, and I guess this is where the new season for wrestling starts. All those great stories have come to a conclusion, or maybe backlash is around the corner, you know, and it's time to continue with the next set until WrestleMania 36, the pirate themed Buccaneers, whatever. And to keep it real with you, the gameplay, the lock, is not really the focus of this. Alright, what really is the focus is the discussion the things that I'm going to speak about, things I'm going to talk about. Realistically, the WrestleLocke has only a few rules, and it's pretty much the regular nuzlocke rules plus another rule, which is wrestlers sometimes request a release, right? And you can release Pokemon, so at random intervals we'll probably get a release of Pokemon, a random release. It could be my best Pokemon, my best type. It could be whatever. I'm just gonna put them all into a randomizer, and then it'll choose, and I'll just release them. And that's pretty much the only thing of a WrestleLocke, besides me just speaking. So the gameplay, as I've already said, doesn't really matter. It's just me speaking. And the volume, I'm still testing it out, so if the volume's messed up, that doesn't matter for this episode, or it doesn't really matter at all, because I'm really just talking, but I'll make sure to fix it for the next one. So this one, as you can see, we have our title, our trophy case. Our titles won, our championships, we have none. Here's Sharon. Let's wait for Bianca. We have our titles when we have no titles yet. Alright, we need 8 titles, and then we'll eventually go for that Grand Slam, which is the Pokemon League Championship. And the top talent, you see our top 10, we have no top 10 right now. Alright, we're getting signings in, we're signing people in, and we're putting in the top positions so far. So we have a bunch of vacants right now, right? The vacants, who is that Pokemon? Who is it? Tell me down below in the comments who that Pokemon is. Who is the vacant Pokemon in the silhouette? Who is that? Because it's always the Miz for wrestling, for WWE. It's always the Miz, or somebody that looks like the Miz. Alright, so we're gonna see our starter right here. And so let's just after I choose my starter, he'll replace one of the vacants. Let's see. It's randomized, by the way. Mareep, Jinx, hell no. Joltik. I think we're going with Mareep because Jinx, not really feeling it, and Joltik, not really feeling you as well. So we're going with Mareep. Alright, so let's just get into his battles and let's get into the topic of discussion, which is WrestleMania. WrestleMania 35 was yesterday. And it was long. It was approximately 49 hours and 32 minutes with 6 seconds. That's an estimate. That's a rough estimate, but it's about right. And there were a bunch of moments. The pre-show, we had the 2 battle royals. We had the cruiserweight and the Raw tag team titles on the line. What opened up the cruiserweights? Tony Nese, new champion. Alright, I guess. I don't really watch 205 Live. Oh, come on. Really, the first matchup? Oh yeah, and I forgot there's a level modifier, so they're up by 10. Because the perfect 10, whatever, is no longer. Alright, Ty Dillinger is no longer. And I'll guess the nicknames, we still have yet to be able to nickname Marie, but I guess the nicknames will be wrestlers, I guess. Alright, so where was I? Yes, Cruiserweight Championship. Tony Nese, new Cruiserweight Champion. Alright, I don't really watch 205 Live, as I just stated. What else? What was next? The Women's Battle Royal, which had Ember Moon in there. Return after like 3 or 4 months. Nothing. Absolutely useless return. And there was another useless return, or wasted return, I should say. Not useless. It's great that they're back, but it's pretty much wasted. Ember Moon was in there. Candice LeRae, Kairi Sane from NXT. Anyone else from NXT? I don't know, but things happened. People were thrown out. Naomi was thrown out by Ember Moon. Last year's winner already gone by Ember Moon. What a return. What a great return. The final 3 or so were Sarah Logan, Asuka, and Sonya Deville. Yep, that was actually a pretty good final 3, because Sarah Logan, Loki, everyone got on her side. Alright, Loki, does he only have toe whip? Does he not have attacking move? Cubone, come on. Kenny, Sarah Logan, it looked like she won. She threw out Asuka. Sonya Deville was eliminated by Asuka, I believe, and then Sarah Logan threw out Asuka, and I thought she had won. It was low-key. Everyone was low-key behind her, and then Carmella showed up and threw her out and picked up the victory. Whatever. Sarah Logan, that would have been a huge win for her. We follow that up with the Raw tag team titles. The Revival took on Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, La Familia, the Edgeheads, the Major Bros. And if only WWE would have put some storyline into Kurt Hawkins finally overcoming this and beating and winning, actually, ending his losing streak, which they did like 1 week only, where Zack Ryder was trying to convince him. And they won. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, the new Raw tag team champions. If only had builders, it would have been a bigger pop. It would have been a huge pop. It would have made the main card. It wouldn't have been on the kickoff show. Oh, we actually won that. That took forever. Dude, he didn't have an attacking move, so I guess we got lucky there. Learn Thundershot. Ooh, 2 levels. That modifier is gonna come in handy for levels. So, is her name Leo? Shout out Shady Penguino. The Battle Royal we had up next, where it was pretty much just Braun Strowman versus those 2 SNL guys, Michael Che and Colin Jost. Luke Harper was in there, the other wasted return. Luke Harper was in there. Was Sin Cara in there too? Or it was just the 3 Lucha House Party fools? But Luke Harper was wasted, his return was wasted. He had a cool stare off with Braun Strowman and Ali, formerly known as Mustafa Ali. He was eliminated off of like a hanging suplex from Luke Harper on the outside of the apron. Braun Strowman just kicked him, and Ali looked like he went eye first into the corner of the announce desk commentary table. Oh man, dude, that looks nasty. And then the people were attending him. Oh yeah, and Colin Jost, those 2 fools, they hit under the ring until the final 3. They came in trying to eliminate Braun Strowman while he was caught up with the Hardys, and it didn't work out for them. Strowman just slapped one of them no, slapped Che, and then he picked up Jost and threw him out to a bunch of wrestlers, a bunch of jobbers. EC3 went out immediately. Poor EC3. What is he doing? Is that double team? We might have a lot of deaths in this one, just because I'm really not paying attention. I'm just talking about what wrestling went on. Honestly, the topic of discussion should just be the whole WrestleMania weekend. Oh, come on, you gotta freeze. Oh, we thought out immediately. Freeze is like the worst status condition of all time. So where was it? Oh yeah, and Strowman won the thing without the help of Nicholas. Nicholas will be back one day, and then we will all rejoice. Remember this tweet. So we kicked off the main card with the Universal Championship. Alexa Bliss came out and she introduced Hulk Hogan, brother, and he did his brother's thing and whatever. And then Paul Heyman just marched out and he said, if Brock Lesnar's not on last, well, then he's not gonna stick around for this nonsense, and he's gonna go and he's just gonna get his business done right now and leave. And so the Universal title match kicked off, and Brock Lesnar laid it into Seth Rollins before the bell even rang. Messed up his back real bad, dude. There was like bruises and stuff already forming, welts and stuff. It looked nasty. And there's not much else to say, I guess. Seth Rollins came back. He was able to defeat Brock Lesnar and become the new Universal Champion, which is good for Rollins, but they've really lost all the momentum he had. About like a year ago, he was way hotter. Yeah, Seth Rollins was way hotter than he is now. What came after that? Was that the SmackDown? No, after that was Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. The match that I don't really care for, but it was alright. It was alright. And AJ Styles won. It was a battle of WWE versus the Indies. Oh, look at that! And it was winter, right? That would be double E versus the Indies, and AJ Styles came on top. What? Followed by Miz versus Shane, I believe, which is low-key a sleeper match of the night, honestly. My match of the night was Kofi versus Daniel Bryan, but that's because it was like the best story probably. And what just happened? Right. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Shane versus Miz, dude. That match was epic. It was epic. It was so cool. Dude, Miz and Shane brawled all over through the crowd, dude. Miz's dad got involved. Shane laid him out. Shane went in at him, bro, and Miz's dad selling. Beautiful. That man looked like he had gotten shot several times in the foot, in the leg, once in the arm, and some of it scraped his eye. He was down and dead, and then Miz just unleashed from there. Prior to Miz that coming in and trying to square up with Shane freaking clobbered. Oh yeah, let's name Mareep. Which wrestler should we call him? You know what? We'll just call him after Miz dad, George. That's his name, right? And I need to set up my settings too right now. Shane clobbered him with something, and it looked like he actually hit him straight on the head, and Miz was bleeding, dude. The back of his head, or like a piece of the side of his head, was opened up, and it looked cool for the rest of the match. So they brawled throughout the arena. They went into the foreign language or the other languages announcers. They beat up that area. They threw through tables. They went through tables. They threw down tables. Little Nate was trying to keep the tables up at one point. It was pretty funny. And then Miz hit Shane with the smallest monitor you'll ever see. Clobbered him. Shane went over the barricade, or over like a little railing, onto a golf cart. I think he was supposed to stay on it, but he slipped through it and he fell another like 6 or 8, however tall a freaking like golf cart is. He fell that onto hard concrete. It was crazy. It was crazy, dude. When I saw that, I was in shock. Because then the Miz jumped and he fell a while down too to get to him and try pinning him there. And that's not where the match finished. No. They brawled up onto some scaffolding, whatever. where the cameras are, and they went up, and eventually Miz super suplexed. What is that move called? The super suplex, where it's like off the top rope, superplex. And they fell into an area down below, and Shane landed on top of Miz, and that's how he got the victory there. That was low-key one of the best matches of the night. It was just hype, it was just attitude era all over. Shane is better as a heel than he is as a babyface. This should have happened a long time ago, before the Mr. Sweaty Man started to act a fool as a face. I believe the tag team championships for the SmackDown Live tag team championships were up next. Let me set my settings here. And those, oh yeah, it's this button now, right? Yes, it's finally this one. Let's save it right there. Why not? The SmackDown tag team challenge. The Usos as champions, defending in a 4-way versus Aleister Black and Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, and The Bar. Oh yeah, I forgot to set my settings or my options. Speed, that. Confirm. So the match, it was alright. The best spot was a Cesaro swinging around Ricochet. Oh my goodness, oh my god, for like 7 hours straight, for like for just like a portion. It was probably 10% of the show, he just kept on swinging, alright? And the show was long as heck, so you can see how long. And Sheamus was just clobbering. Cesaro was just swinging out Ricochet. Sheamus was just clobbering everybody when he like grabs him on the ropes, and it was just great. It was just great. And then the finishing, the Tower of Doom spot where Ricochet was supposed to land probably, but he tripped over a little bit. He was still on his feet, and that's where everything just broke loose. Finish after finish after. I think that's where everything just broke loose. It was just finish after finisher after finish after finisher, which ended in the Usos retaining their tag team titles. Now, okay, my memory is a little bit foggy. I don't know if it was the women's tag team titles up next. Let me think. What else could have came before that? I'm just gonna say it was the women's tag team titles next. If I think of something else that happened or another match that took place, and this is probably one of the worst. I'm not gonna say worst. It was probably one of the least interesting. Alright, because I used to be into Sasha Banks back when she like got me into wrestling again, honestly. Her matches with Charlotte back in 2016, the summer. But ever since then, she's just been misused, treated poorly, terrible booking. And her and Bayley's feud was just erase that from the history books. So Sasha Banks and Bayley took on the Iconics, Nia Jackson, Tamina, and Beth Phoenix and Natalya, which were accompanied, Bret Hart came out to accompany them, and I guess this is where the nuzlocke starts, right? Is she gonna give me Pokeballs? Did I already get Pokeballs? I'm not sure, but the nuzlocke has probably started, or so maybe, I'm not sure. The match just went on. It wasn't very good, honestly. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It might have been one of my least favorite matches of the night, but at least the Iconics pick up the victory, and they are the new. Here's our encounter for Route 1. Oh my god, we didn't choose Joltik at the start, and now he's here. The Iconics are the new women's tag team champion. Oh, die. Dang it. So there goes our first encounter. He's gone. Joltik could have been a starter. It was a crit. Up next, I think probably the best match of the night. Kofi Kingston versus the new Daniel Bryan. Kofi, let's see if he would have, this is a sheep, if he would have died to a non-crit. Taking on, the other one didn't have a nerve. I wonder what its other ability is. Taking on Kofi Kingston of the New Day with the New Day at ringside, Eric Rowan at ringside, and they kind of gave away the ending with the few things they did, with the shop putting up shirts and the belt being shown right there. Pretty terrible way of that. But if you ignore that, it was probably the high point of the night, honestly. Seeing Kofi just win through the emotion, Xavier was just crying, bro. It kind of brought a tear to my eye as well. Got a little bit teary-eyed. It was just a overall happy moment seeing Kofi win and hold up the WWE champion. His sons were in there, dude. One of his sons got up on the ropes, was freaking throwing around the shirt. It was just crazy, dude. I was fearing that Big E would turn heel when he showed him the box at the beginning. I thought he was gonna show him like something and then just beat him up. But no, he didn't do that. Alright. And it was just the best moment of the night, honestly. Kofi Kingston, the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Is that the official title? Who knows? Up next was Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. You know what? I'm gonna pull up the card right now to see if I missed anything. And while we're on the cross transceiver, whatever it's called. Drew McIntyre is Roman Reigns. Honestly, before this show, I predicted that I was kind of maybe Drew McIntyre wins because, well, maybe they do a story with Roman where he's returned from battling leukemia. He's thankfully beat it, and he's not the same. He can't get victories anymore, and he's just a shell of himself. He's not the same man that he was a year ago, and he just loses and loses, and he just can't get it together. But no, the Roman Reigns just beat him. The crowd were pretty much, this was like the start of the end. The crowd was pretty much DED dead, and who can blame him? It's a long show. Nobody was really, Kofi was like the main point. Oh, so the tag titles went before Shane McMahon apparently, so I got that mixed up. It was in, alright, and then on to the next match. Roman Reigns won, I said that. Triple H versus Batista. Batista, my all-time favorite wrestler. I love the feud with him and The Undertaker from WrestleMania 23 on to the whole 2007 feud with that. It was just my favorite feud of all time. I love that. If you've seen the Revelations song on my Pokémon Pearl and Rule of Thirds randomized nuzlocke adventure, that's where that's from. So Triple H and Batista, they just brawled for a while, no holds barred. You know Triple H, dude. His entrance, not the greatest, not the best, not the finest moment for Triple H. So we're about to battle end. So let's pick up some potions. Just waste half our money on potions and the other half on Pokeballs. Why not? Why not? Do we get a premiere? Well, yes, we do. The Triple H and Batista battle. Batista stumbled on his way into the ring, and before this, they showed an ad for Stuber. That movie actually looks pretty cool with Batista in it, dude. It looks pretty cool, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Ric Flair came out, handed Triple H a sledgehammer, dude. Triple H pulled out Batista's nose ring, dude. That was pretty cool. And honestly, it was just a Triple H no holds barred match, but at age 50. So it wasn't really much of a great pure wrestling, you could say. It was a good Triple H Batista match, and Triple H won. He's not retired. Up next, Baron Corbin, or I think I'm not sure if it was prior to this, but John Cena interrupted Elias's musical performance, or the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena did, with some weird Babe Ruth Yankee promo right before. Elias had there were three Eliases, one in the ring, two on the screen, one playing the drums, one playing the piano, one strumming it and singing it. Great musical. And John Cena just gave him the FU, the FU, not the A, the FU. Up next was Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle. We can say that Kurt Angle was wasted completely by WWE in his return. He was absolutely wasted, alright? And maybe Kurt Angle's not all the way healthy, but still, the booking of him, the matches, the farewell tour was way too. Just all of a sudden, this thing should have been built up since last year. Kurt Angle should have, at the start of the Raw after Mania last year, he should have just said, "It's time for me to retire. I'm going on my farewell tour, and I'm gonna conclude it at next year's WrestleMania." That would have been so cool. And we're probably gonna, or are we gonna lose here? The nuzlocke has started. It's growling. What was that? Oh yes, confusion, I think. We might have a mulligan here. And Baron Corbin beat up Kurt Angle, dude. Worst part of this is I hate Kurt Angle. He just looks so when he flaps around the "you suck." He never used to do that, and now when he did it, I would just get mad. And Kurt Angle lost, and then he asked for them to say that he sucked one more time. Just sad, just a sad use of Kurt Angle. The demon Finn Balor was here. He took on Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship. Bobby Lashley had contacts in, so he couldn't see. He could see through the demon with those. He saw through the demon's face paint. And Finn Balor won. It was alright. Bobby Lashley looked a little bit better than he's looked. Another guy that they've just completely wasted since he's returned. Completely and utterly wasted him. Oh, I might have risked this. I might have risked the... Of course he gets a crit. Of course he gets a crit. You know what? WrestleLocke is like a nuzlocke. And I always have those spearwinds. And so we'll just here and we'll go. Since it's not really that much of a nuzlocke anyways. It's just me playing randomized Pokemon while talking about wrestling. So Becky Lynch. Oh no, wait. Yes, alright. So Finn Balor won that. Yay, yay, yay for Finn. For the demon Finn Balor. Bobby Lashley loses again. After that, I believe we had the R-Truth Carmella dance break. Alexa Bliss came out to introduce. And just a dance break. It just led to nothing. Lacey Evans came out. I forgot to say that. Lacey Evans came out, I believe, it was on the main show. Might have been it might have been after the AJ Randy match or the Seth Brock match, I'm not sure. But she came out and did nothing, just walked. Which one is the running button? Or do I not have shoes yet? I probably don't. I'm not going to pay attention. I don't know if my mother gave me shoes. So up next, the main event that's been advertised and the story that's been the video packages showed. They didn't show anything. They didn't show much of those suspensions or the Triple H and Stephanie getting involved and Becky Lynch being injured from her knee. They didn't show none of that. They showed all the good things of them brawling and fighting and the final go home segment. And Charlotte Flair came in on a helicopter. What was that all about? What was that? I thought she was gonna land inside. No, she landed outside. It was a bit lame after that, but whatever. Ronda Rousey got introduced or got her sang by Joan Jett, I believe is the name of her. Unless sure, the one that sings her song. I don't give a damn about my reputation. That one. And then Becky Lynch just came out straight thugging. Winner take all match. The main event. It's been 79 days since we started this event, and we're finally concluding it. And it was alright, I guess. I feel it ended like 10 minutes before it should have. We needed like 10 minutes more of it. It was just starting to get kind of good. Apparently, Ronda Rousey might have broken her arm somewhere during the match, so she was working with a broken arm. And Rousey was calling everyone a bitch. Becky was a bitch, Charlotte was a bitch, the crowd was a bitch, the viewers were a bitch, the table was a bitch, the ref was a bitch, everyone was a bitch, the commentators were a bitch. And the commentary team, dude, how many commentary swaps were there, dude? I feel like there was a new person every other minute getting introduced for a match. Jerry the King Lawler, Booker T, Shawn Michaels, Paige. I don't know who wasn't. Alright, I don't know who wasn't. But Becky Lynch seemed to like. So Ronda got. There was a table which kind of didn't break. It was kind of unfortunate. Let me just learn Thunder Shock and then I'll take on it. Yeah, so Ronda got Becky Lynch up with a Piper's Pit, and then Lynch reversed it into a roll up, and then it looked kind of like it was botched because Ronda's shoulders came out, the ref kept on counting, and that was a lackluster finish. You know, the image I saw in my head was Becky Lynch has either Charlotte or Ronda in this armor, is yanking it, the crowd are going crazy behind her, she's right in the hard cam, she's screaming at Ronda, calling her a little weirdo, that's a terrible Irish accent. She's got in, she's locking it harder and deeper and twisting the elbow, making, and Ronda or Charlotte screaming in agony. And then the tap, and then the huge pop. Nope, it was just the 1, 2, 3. Everyone was like, what? That's the end? Wait, that's it? And that was it. Becky Lynch is now the SmackDown Live and Raw Women's Champion. Not the best, probably. But who knows? So overall, that was WrestleMania. And I don't know, I was going to discuss TakeOver in the G1, but I don't really follow the G1 or New Japan and Ring of Honor like that. And TakeOver just great. Everyone knows that, right? Johnny Gargano, new champion, beat Adam Cole. That match was brilliant. The 2 out of 3 falls, not so much, but the final fall was brilliant. Matt Riddle lost to the Velveteen Dream. Dream retains his North American Championship. Ricochet and Black had their farewell against the War Raiders. War Raiders. Shayna Baszler retained in the 4-way against the Sky Pirates, and what's her name? Bianca Belair. And there's another match, right? There has to be. There's always 5, right? What am I missing? What match am I missing? Let me think. The women's, the dream, the women's, the North American, the tag, the main event. Was something else. There's something else that I'm missing. It was probably a great. Oh yeah, the UK Pete Dunne versus Walter. Walter's a scary boy. That's all I'm gonna say. Walter's a scary boy. Now he's the UK champion, ending Pete Dunne's historic 685 or something like that day reign. So I guess that's after this end battle. We're gonna call it a wrap. So it's a wrap. It's a wrap after this end battle. And let me just inform you a little bit if you're looking forward to watching the series, or if you need. I'm gonna upload this. It's gonna be like a series that doesn't come back. It's gonna be here a few days right now, and then it's not gonna be back for another a month or so. So it's gonna this WrestleLocke season 1 is. So I'm gonna do it only on main shows. I'm not gonna do it for every Raw, SmackDown. So today, day after WrestleMania, day 1, I'm gonna do one tomorrow for the Raw after Mania. Discuss that. The SmackDown after Mania. Discuss that. I'm not sure about the NXT because it's a bunch of video packages. So probably not. I'll see. I'll watch it and see what happens. And oh, am I gonna die again? Oh great. And then for pay-per-views and again for Big 4 shows like this, where the SummerSlam after Raw after SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and all that, and then we'll conclude season 1 at WrestleMania 36 1 year from now. That'll be the conclusion of this. That'll be the end of season 1, and then season 2 will start with the new game. So with that, that's pretty much it. I'll leave a few of the rules that I guess I have, and we'll call that a mulligan. We'll just call that the first mulligan, since in the TCG you can call a mulligan. We'll call that a mulligan, the end kill. And with that, we come to the end of this first episode or episode 1. Yeah, it's episode 1, not episode 0. Episode 0. No, episode 1. What am I saying? Episode 1 of the Pokemon White WrestleLocke Season 1. And peace out. Takes forever to say.
Inside this pit of danger, a place where no one follows me. I walk alone.